Donald Trump's building a big, beautiful ballroom in the White House for big, beautiful parties, where the country can host foreign leaders, musicians, and the American people.
If the president of China or France or UK or Ursula comes to town, you give them a big state dinner. We don't have a room like that. At the White House, they have to use a tent. And if it's raining, it's soaking wet, soggy. The area is a very low area. All the water rushes to it, and it's a disaster.
Who wants to party with your wife while she's wearing high heels in a hot, soggy tent? Chuck does.
Some breaking news. Just now, the White House announced construction of a $200 million White House ballroom that will begin in September. A $200 million ballroom. Where'd this money come from? Did Congress appropriate it? I don't think so.
Why would Senator Schumer want his beautiful wife's heels sloshing around the muddy White House lawn? And since when has Schumer cared how much anything costs? He didn't even want to doge the $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala. And the guy didn't even do his homework.
President Trump and other donors have generously committed to donating the funds necessary to build this approximately $200 million structure.
When AOC kicks Schumer out of office, she's going to be the belle of the ballroom. We know she likes to dress up and go to glamorous events and borrow $3,000 dresses, get caught and have to pay it back. RFK Jr. says the Kennedys would have loved a big, beautiful ballroom.
I've been coming to this building for 65 years, and I have to say that it's never looked better. It's been transformed. My uncle, my aunt, Jackie, who were deeply committed to design, to beauty, and who understood that it's important to have our public buildings be beautiful because it inspires us, the releasing through freedoms of the creativity of the human spirit. And this building, of all buildings, should look beautiful. And under your stewardship, it looks extraordinary today.
A few years ago, I had dinner at the White House with President Trump, and he pointed to a picture on the wall and said, "Jesse, that's a Monet. It's $20 million. Jackie O donated it, and when I leave, I'm thinking of taking it home." And I said, "Mr. President, I don't think that's a good idea." And he said, "Why not? Crooked took the silverware." JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon's been at the White House a lot recently. He used to be an enemy, and now he's a frenemy.
We started tariffs. We didn't know what they're going to be, and now we kind of know, and they're more moderate and thoughtful, and more carefully done. And hopefully they'll help some companies export. Maybe some people move manufacturing back here. So so far so good.
So far so good is right. Last month, because of tariffs, we balanced the budget for the first time in a decade. And now the press wants to know what took so long.
Why didn't you invoke this law in your first term? You could have taken in billions upon billions of dollars in your first term, but you waited until your second term.
Yeah, because in my first term, I was fighting lunatics like you who were trying to do things incorrectly and inappropriately to a president that was duly elected.
The press found out they're getting tariff stimmies, and they want more forever trade wars. But the trade wars are ending, and so are the real ones.
The president has now ended conflicts between Thailand and Cambodia, Israel and Iran, Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, India and Pakistan, Serbia and Kosovo, and Egypt and Ethiopia. This means President Trump has brokered, on average, about one peace deal or ceasefire per month during his 6 months in office. It's well past time that President Trump was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
Even Chris Cuomo's admitting he's been wrong about everything.
I've been wrong. I've been wrong about political issues. I've been wrong about people. I've been wrong about myself. I've been wrong about my responsibilities. I've been wrong about my opinions, my tastes, my choices. I've been wrong.
This must be driving the big guy crazy. The Senate Foreign Affairs Chairman, the statesman, Joseph Biden, kept telling other countries don't, and they did. But when Trump says don't, they don't. The auto pen's still haunting the Democrats. He's so scary that he knocked Pocahontas off her feet.
Senators voting in the affirmative: Baldwin, Blunt Rochester, Durbin, Heinrich, Hirono,
This is sitting Indian style while Comer plays Duck, Duck, Goose with Biden aides, investigating how they cooked up the cover-up.
President Biden won the 24 election, sir.
Who is the leader of the Democratic Party?
Were you paid for the leader of the campaign?
Mike Donnellan says he knew Joe for 40 years, but never met AutoPen. Sure. Meanwhile, Joe's post-presidency is so sad, Johnny's more famous. Biden just hangs around Delaware. Sometimes he goes to the mall, and he only brings one assistant. I have as many assistants as Biden. And when he travels, he flies commercial. Biden went from Amtrak Joe to American Airlines Joe. Do you know how crazy it is that the president is flying commercial? Could you imagine taking your seat and you're sitting next to a guy asking for more peanuts, and it's Joe Biden? Maybe the only person he's traveling with is his ghostwriter, because this guy, whoever he is, has a lot of work to do. Because the president has to remember to write a memoir. But Biden's ghostwriter has some competition. Binder's book drops in October, but not before this one.
Everyone thinks you've been kicking back, drinking margaritas on the beach. But really, you've been hard at work writing a book, meeting with leaders, thinking about the future of our country. Who said that?
Kamala's not running for California governor. She'll be making appearances at your local Barnes & Noble.
The shortest presidential campaign in modern history. It was intense, high stakes, and deeply personal for me and for so many of you. Since leaving office, I've spent a lot of time reflecting on those days, talking with my team, my family, my friends, and pulling my thoughts together. In essence, writing a journal that is this book, 107 Days.
Trump made Hillary a bestseller, and now Harris. Her advance was so small, her team didn't even leak it. And if she wants it to sell so she can live off the royalties, she should tell the truth about Joe, how the cocaine was really his, and how she slapped Doug in the face when the nanny news leaked. But if she's as talented of a writer as she is a speaker, it's going to sound a lot like drunk Judy Blume. Trump thinks the whole thing's hilarious.
What do you see in her political future, sir?
Well, she can't speak. She can't talk. She can't do an interview. I thought it was a very strange campaign that we had. I wouldn't call her a skilled politician. Would you?
She's also coming out with a book. Any plans to buy it?
I don't know. I think I'm going to buy it. I'd love to see it. Now,
For once, Democrats agree with Trump. They'd rather have Kamala kicking back, drinking margaritas on the beach than going on word salad book tours.
Would you be supportive if she wanted to run for the Democratic nomination in 2028?
Martha, 2028 is a long way off. And first, we need to focus on the challenges right in front of us here in Congress.
There's one word that comes to mind when Democrats think of Kamala, and it's the L word.
Is she a good candidate? Is she a fresh face anymore? I think it's a problem for the broader Democratic Party because it latches them to the past. Nothing against Kamala Harris, but she is labeled a loser by the party. She lost to Donald Trump, and a voice of the past. And I think the more the past haunts Democrats, the more problematic it is for them to move forward into the future.
Democrats haven't nominated a presidential loser since Adlai Stevenson in 1956. Poor Adlai lost in a 41-state landslide. Charlemagne says Kamala should find some new hobbies.
I don't know. I don't know if she should run again, but I definitely would like to see her write a book. I definitely would like to, see her start a podcast and just build a real connection with people, And she is, relatively young. I just don't know what's going to happen in 2028, man. I just think Democrats suck so bad. I don't know.
I'm not sure a Kamala podcast is going to play. Kamala talking more is not the answer. But you better find an answer soon, because Comer's about to put Mamala under oath.
I think that's another great thing about Kamala Harris not running for governor. She's going to have more time to come before the House Oversight Committee and testify about Joe Biden's cognitive decline. So I think the odds of Kamala Harris getting a subpoena are very high.
Well, before she talks to Comer, she's talking to Colbert. Tonight, she'll be on The Late Show. There's so much the two can talk about. what it's like to lose millions of dollars and your job. Johnny hit up the Ed Sullivan Theater for a vibe check. Watch.
When you first found out you were getting tickets to Colbert, who were you hoping the guest was?
Donald Trump.
Al Gore. Jon Stewart.
A huge guest tonight. You excited?
I have no idea who it is.
Kamala Harris.
Get out! Get out!
Kamala! 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 You excited for the guest tonight?
I guess so.
Do you want Kamala to be the Democrat nominee in 2028?
I would like a real primary.
I want to see a primary.
You don't want them to anoint her again?
No, I want a primary.
She's going to announce her book. You going to read it?
Sure.
Sure. That wasn't so enthusiastic.
Okay, yes.
I might.
Do you want her to be the nominee in 2028?
I'm not sure.
What if it's Kamala versus Stephen Colbert?
Stephen. Colbert.
Yeah, I would have to vote for Colbert.
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 Colbert. Colbert. 100%.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.